most politically inexperienced people in this room, and probably even less able to express myself politically. I've come to it late, and I've come to it because looking around, it seems like I've always voted, taken a bit of an interest, but otherwise I've been pretty passive about it. Not very involved, not very active. I've taken things for granted. But in the last couple of years, I was approaching my retirement. And I always thought I could get by with very little. And I was pretty unambitious in terms of accumulating things. Didn't really matter to me. I was always more happy hitchhiking and playing music. And I did end up working with intellectually challenged people as a fallback job. It's something that I enjoyed, something that gave me some satisfaction. I didn't care to be a manager. I was pretty satisfied working on the front lines. But COVID came along, and all of a sudden I was required to have the jab. I was required to mask up, and I was a little bit educated in alternative medicine, so I was skeptical right away about the vaccines, and I was very much dismayed that bodily autonomy was being denied to me. As a result, I ended up losing my job and going deep into the research to see what was happening, why that was necessary. And I found out that a lot of lies were being told. So I resisted, but then it occurred to me that maybe it was time to get involved politically. Maybe our democracy was dead. I think it is dead. I don't think we're being listened to. I think that foreign interests have taken over, or global interests have taken over our world, and that our politicians have succumbed to this because of big money. That seems totally unfair to me. And I'm wondering why they're so deaf to the people. I think politics is broken. I think democracy is broken. I think the party system is broken. So I think the party is over. In fact, I'm so uncomfortable with the political system and the bureaucracy and what do you call it, the decorum, that I decided that how I would get involved was to travel to Ottawa with the second version of the truckers. I went up to Ottawa, and I got involved with Castleman Camp, or Camp Bridges to Freedom, where we would go up to Parliament Hill almost daily, and we would take our signs and we would try to communicate with the MPs coming and going, and letting them know that we're unhappy with how things are. We actually, I did a little bit of an action with Civis for Reform, expressing discontent and not confidence in the government. And that was most satisfying. I felt like I was in the right place. For the first time in 2 years, I felt like I was where I should be. And I met people who had heart and courage, and we're doing something, we're standing up. There's something for everybody to do. You might not be able to get up to Parliament Hill, you might have health concerns, you might mind the cold, but there's something that everybody can do. And so I believe we can be working through this effort, through through regaining independence from the party system, and so that people can speak and be heard. The fact that things have been so stifled and so controlled, I think, is a big red flag for people. People need to notice. And I think a lot of people are so distracted, but we know something's going on. I ran into a girl in the lobby of the bank tonight. It was 6:30, but she looked like she was setting up to sleep there. There's so many homeless people out there. We know something's wrong. This isn't the Canada that we're used to.